What's going on, guys? It's Kyle again with DTOM Knives and Gear, and today we are going to be doing an open tag from our boy Wayne's Sharp World. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everybody. Okay, we're going to be doing an open tag today. When I first saw Wayne's Sharp World's video, his Mount Rushmore of knives, I thought it was a genius idea for a video. And you know, he threw some tags out there, but he also made it open. I contacted him and said, hey man, I would love to do this. I'm waiting on some knives to come in, blah, 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 blah. And so, yep, we are going to be doing that today. I thought it was just genius. So the way that he did it and the way we're going to do it, he gave a lot of cool historical facts and whatnot about each one of these presidents. And so basically, we're going to go through the presidents and have the term that he used for them, and then use a knife to represent that term. So just freaking awesome. I love the fact that he did this. All right, so first of all, Mount Rushmore. Our founding fathers. You know, first of all, these men should be revered. In this crazy freaking world that we're living in and the cancel culture that we have, just because some of these men weren't perfect, people are telling us we should not revere and respect them. Well, I think that's horseshit. These men were so great. They were great men. They also knew they didn't know everything. And so they left a way in our Constitution for things to be corrected, and which you have seen in history. So just because these men weren't absolutely perfect, because none of us are, does not mean that these men should not be revered and respected. And so with that out of the way, let's get started. So first we have George Washington. And the way he described Washington was tough. This man, he was, first of all, a large guy, manly man, but also endured things that would just kill another guy right off the street. So many illnesses that just wiped out people that he endured. I mean, so many, I can't even name them all. And injuries in battle, being thrown off horses, and the guy survived. So the term that he used was tough, and that just is perfect for Mr. George Washington. So I'm going to pick what I believe to be my toughest knife. And for that role, I just could not pick anything else other than the Cold Steel 4-Max. This thing is a big, beautiful beast of a knife that is tough as just hell. I believe you could beat the heck out of this thing, and probably most of Andrew Demko's designs, and it keep on ticking. This one has Andrew's triad lock, and so this one is just built like a tank. And I just think that if you're talking about a tough knife that you can go out and basically do anything with, this was the one that first come to mind. So that is what we're going with George Washington, and the tough category is the Cold Steel 4-Max. I have not done a full review on this yet, and believe me, it is coming, but we will put that one right here. Next would be Mr. Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson spent a lot of his times as a diplomat in France, and whenever he was over there, he became infatuated with this thing called ice cream, which we all know and love. But he brought that back, and basically was the guy who started America's infatuation with ice cream. Just this ridiculous recipe that probably killed most people back then, but it is sweet and delicious. And so that was the category that he put for Thomas Jefferson, was what is your sweetest knife? That's really hard, because I have a lot of knives that I love and I think are sweet, but I had to pick one for this particular category. And for Thomas Jefferson and my sweetest knife, I did pick the Koenig Arius. This one is the Koenig Arius Flipper Delete. And yeah, it is just a wonderful representation of the things that I love, especially in this Flipper Delete version. The action is sweet. The ergos are sweet. and the milling and manufacturing that they do over at Koenig is just so sweet. So the Koenig Arius is the knife that I chose for my sweetest knife, and for the Thomas Jefferson category. So we'll put that right there. All right, next, Theodore Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt, he was positioned and actually went to help make sure the Panama Canal was built. And so whenever all that happened, he was the first president to actually leave the country as president to go check out the work that they did on the Panama Canal. And so that's really awesome. That's really cool. First president to ever leave as president the country. Of course, that happens all the time now. So this category, Wayne was like, okay, so your favorite import knife. And that one was really tough too. Because I have some knives that are American designed knives, but are made by like a company called Riot, that I was like, that's technically an import and all that. And I really, one of the knives that I was going to pick for this category was the Chavez 229, because I absolutely love that knife. And it is made by Riot. However, it was an American-made designer, and I don't know if that was really part of the rules. So I ended up picking another perfect knife that I just recently acquired, which is the Midgard Messer Viking. And as you can see, you could probably do a lot of other categories in here because it is a big, beautiful beast of a knife. But this one is a German-made knife from a German company, Midgard Messer. So this is my favorite imported knife that is truly imported as of right now. And so that is what we are going to choose for Theodore Roosevelt and our favorite imported knife. All right. Last but certainly not least, Abraham Lincoln. So Abraham Lincoln was the only president to hold a patent, which I thought that was really cool. I know I had heard that in the past, but when he did that video, I was like, oh yeah, and I don't remember what the patent is, but that's pretty cool, especially back in that time. The Industrial Revolution was kind of getting started. Everybody was, just mechanics and inventors were making just huge strides in making life easier for doing those hard tasks that mainly took a lot of manual labor. So he was the first president to hold a patent, and so this category is your favorite patent in a knife. And so I know that probably a lot of other people have done this, but I had to pick the Cold Steel 80/20 and the Shark Lock. This thing is definitely my favorite patented knife as of right now. I love this knife. The Shark Lock is fidgety. It's strong. The knife itself is just an excellent piece of work. You could have done Andrew Demko. You could have done the 80/15 with the Scorpion Lock and whatnot. All of them are great, but the Scorpion Lock, as of right now, took the cake for the my favorite patent as of right now. So that is it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this. I want to thank Wayne Sharp World for putting this out there. This is so much fun, these kind of videos to do, and I really appreciate him. Go check him out on YouTube. I will have a link down in the description for his YouTube channel and the original video that he did, which he's just an awesome content creator. Just blows me out of the water. So definitely go check him out. Go check out all the guys who got tagged in this video. Check out what they picked for their knives. I'm sure we could do this 100 times and pick different knives for something, or for each category a different time. But it's so much fun to just get behind the camera and do it. I love you all. Thank you so much for stopping by and doing this and checking it out with me. Stay safe in this crazy world that we're living in, and we will see you in the next one.